Let's hear what you think about Dune.
I'm going to keep this quick.
Okay.
What do you know what you give the first Dune out of 10?
I saw it one time in IMAX, like the weekend it came out. I just remember it being good. I'd probably give it like an 8. Because I think Dune 2 is better, and I give that like a 9.
So, I've now seen Dune for the first time. I will be reviewing Dune 2 next week on the podcast. But Dune 1, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10.
Okay, that's fine.
Dune 1 is a very good movie, but oh boy, does it meander.
It's dense, and it does meander, I think.
I don't think it lost me ever with all the stuff. It is doing a lot. I had a friend of mine, his Letterboxd review was exposition the movie. I have no problem with somebody that feels that way.
Yeah.
I don't think Dune 1 is exposition the movie. I totally get why somebody would feel that way. And I don't think I was ever lost in any of the exposition. And I don't think the exposition is my problem with the movie. My problem with the movie is I feel like the climax is an hour in, and then we have another hour 15.
Yeah, sure.
Everything after the Harkonnens take back Arrakis, I was like, what are we doing here? Mm-hmm. And I get that has to happen. Because now in Dune 2, he's going to have blue eyes, and he's going to be one of the Fremen, and now he's going to be the king of the Fremen, and Lisa Nalgaib. I get what you're doing here, so I get that you had to lay that groundwork, but I just can't help but imagine you could have done it a tad quicker.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah, that's that because the climax is freaking awesome. I think the invasion and especially when I saw it in IMAX, the explosions of that and the fight scenes and them sneaking in and doing the assassination and then him getting on the plane and trying to use his voice to like control that guy.
That is the best scene in the movie by far, by the way.
With his mom.
So cool. I lost my mind because that's something I didn't get. I didn't get the voice thing. Command me to do it. I didn't quite understand what we were doing here. But when he said, lower her fucking whatever this is, gag, I was like, this is the coolest shit ever. That made me lose my mind.
And it's one of the coolest scenes in Dune Part 2 when he uses that for a second.
Okay, cool.
It's just a moment. But yeah.
I lost my mind at that. That was my favorite part.
I remember seeing that in the theaters with the audio and being like, oh, gosh, yeah.
That was awesome. I mean, Rachel can testify. I lost my mind at that. But then you have another hour and a half, and we're just kind of doing nothing. Now, we do stuff, and things happen, and I get that it's important. He's got to meet the girl of his dreams, Chani. He's got to do this. He's got to kill Jamis.
Is that the duel at the end? Yeah. But then it ends right after that, right?
Yeah, but that's like such a bad ending to me.
Yeah, no, it would have been... And you could have easily... split it.
Yes.
Yeah, differently.
You could have done it better,
That's a great
in my
point.
opinion.
And for people seeing it the first time, Zendaya was in the trailers.
Every marketing, I remember hearing about this.
And then you see it, and she's in it for like...
She gets like 2 minutes of screen time, and in terms of like her actually being there and it not being like a fucking dream, she gets like 10 seconds.
Yeah. I remember being at the end of that, being like, so Zendaya was like... in this, I guess?
Yeah, but she's a big part of the market. I remember people complaining about that. Yeah. Everybody, I'm sure, is waiting to know. Timothée Chalamet is pretty good. He's pretty good in this movie. Everybody says, I hear all the time that this guy's the next Leonardo DiCaprio. He's a good actor. He's a very good actor. He's entertaining to watch. One thing I will say, and I know it's something they fix in Dune 2, his hair is not long enough in this movie. In Dune 1, it should either be shorter or longer. He has this weird, like, his hairline is like here, and I know it's like Anakin Skywalker in the next one. That's great. But like it's here, so it's like this weird, he looks like this awkward teenage boy, and maybe that's what they're going for. I don't like it at all. I don't like his haircut in that movie at all. Here's the number one thing I wanted to say about Dune after seeing it, okay? Jason Momoa's in this movie.
Yeah.
He's great. He's probably one of my favorite characters. Do you know his character's name?
No.
He lives in this world of Dune in Arrakis, and Baron Harkonnen is the bad guy, and they're these weird white, hairless, gross monster people, and in the book they're like redheads. So that was an interesting change from Denis Villeneuve. And they serve House Atreides, and it's Leto Atreides and his son Paul Atreides, and this is Lady Jessica. And everybody's got a space name. Jason Momoa is Duncan, Idaho.
Duncan, Idaho?
Duncan, Idaho is his name. I lost my fucking mind. And they say it 30 times in the movie. Oh, it's Duncan, Idaho. I lost it every time. That completely took me out of the movie. Not saying it's... I'm sure that's what his name is in the book, so I'm sure. But, like, that's fucking weird. I get it, like, Luke Skywalker, Paul Atreides, like, I get... But, like, imagine if Han Solo was just, like, David Missouri. Like, it just doesn't... What are we doing here? I thought that was a weird choice.
That is weird.
That one really bothered me.
Duncan, Idaho.
Duncan, Idaho. So...
There's a lot of actors in that.
Oh, it's an unbelievable cast. And everybody's good.
Isn't Dave Bautista in it too?
Dave Bautista.
Yeah. Josh Brolin.
Stellan Skarsgård. Josh Brolin. Jason Momoa.
What's his mom's name? I can never remember her name.
Yeah, I said it last night.
Is it Catherine something? I don't know. She's great.
She's Mission Impossible.
And Greatest Showman.
Oh.
Right? She's the singer?
I don't know.
Anyways. Well, I'm glad you liked it.
She's great.
I'm interested to see if you like Dune Part 2 better. I do.
I'm sure I will. Everybody tells me how great of a movie that is. But yeah, Dune 1 is good. This is what I want to say. I've been spending this entire review complaining. Like, I'm like, oh, it meanders and this and that. The good stuff is so good that it meanders for a fucking hour and it's still an 8 out of 10. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, the good stuff in Dune is really strong. Something I do want to say. Everybody tells me that these are the best looking movies of all time. Or Denis Villeneuve and the cinematographer, these movies look unbelievable. They look amazing, da this, da that. And I'm sure that Dune Part 2 looks incredible. I'm sure. There were shots in Dune 1 that I thought looked really bad. Namely, they are on a planet accepting this thing from the Emperor that isn't Arrakis. It's like an Alderaan looking planet, but it's gray. I'm not complaining about the grayness. I know I complain about grayness all the time, but that gray is like an artistic choice because the rest of the movie is orange. But like, it was clearly green screen to me. Like clearly, like volume level green screen. Like I thought it looked bad. And I thought, like, there are multiple shots in that part of the movie where I was like, this looks terrible. Like everybody tells me these are the best looking space operas ever, and I thought it looked really shitty. Now, that's just me being an asshole, I'm sure, but I just did want to say that about Dune.
I don't remember the specifics of every scene in Dune so far, but like I remember the scenes that I remember being amazing.
Yeah.
And Dune Part 2, obviously, the same.
Do you have a favorite scene other than that? Do you remember? It's probably the voice scene.
I remembered the explosion, like in IMAX, and it being like, wow, and being like crazy. I remember the scene where he had to put his hand in the thing.
Yeah.
That was interesting, and I remember the voice in the ship, and then I remember like the assassination bit.
Oscar Isaac doing this was fun. Loved that the poison into everybody. Those guys are real bad because the Dr. Yue, the doctor, gives them all away. He screws everybody, and then they just kill him. That was like, whoa, like these people are real bad. Real bad people. So that sucked. Yeah, I don't know. Second favorite scene would be the Duncan, Idaho sacrifice where he just takes on 100 guys in that corridor. That was awesome.
Yeah.
There's some really good stuff in Dune, and I'm really looking forward to Dune Part 2. So
come back next week.
Look forward to that review next week. Dune Part 2?
Dune Part 2.
All right, you ready? We're going to make this quick. Mm-hmm. And by quick, I mean the reveal. Here's my review for Dune Part 2. I finally seen it. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, it's really spectacular.
I need it out of 10 freaking now.
It's well over a 9 out of 10.
Good.
Okay, here's the thing, okay? It makes the first one so much better.
Yes.
I think the first one is a 9 out of 10 after seeing the second one. Here's my clear positives, because I always start with negatives. I want to start with positives here, okay? Timothée Chalamet in this movie is the coolest human being of all time. Like Anakin Skywalker level cool. The hair, I know I complained about the hair in the last movie. I knew it would be fixed in this one. Oh boy, is it fixed. Every shot of him with the cape and the robe and the
riding the thing
is awesome.
Giving the speech is awesome. But it's cool because like all the Fremen have like a Jedi tan robe, but he also has a black robe. It's so cool. It's the coolest thing ever. Okay, so that's the starter. Everything with him
And all of those like money shots, I felt like I was watching Caesar in the fucking Planet of the Apes movies.
Yeah.
Every shot with him is a money shot towards the end of the movie, okay? The cast is incredible. Javier Bardem as Stilgar is incredible and hilarious in this movie. I don't know if I'm supposed to be laughing at him as much as I was.
Is he Lisa Nalgai?
Yes, he's the
Oh,
fanatic.
you're supposed to be laughing.
But like, it's a scene where he's like, he's humble. See, he doesn't say he's the Mahdi, which makes him more the Mahdi.
yeah.
Hilarious! I was losing my mind.
What happens where he comes in, he just does something, he's like, Lisa Nalgai.
When he wins the fight.
Yeah.
Listen, he loses his mind. It's incredible. Okay, so that's incredible. Okay, everything people say about the cinematography of this movie is incredible. The way they use the sun. The way they use the sun on the Harkonnen homeworld, where it's all black and white.
Yes.
But then when you're in the shade, it's not black and white because it's like a white sun or whatever that's making it that. That is fucking awesome.
What about the scene with Austin Butler's character in the hallway with the fireworks going off outside and
Yes.
he's getting seduced and it's black and white and weird looking? I love that scene.
Yes. And the fireworks looked really weird.
Yeah, and
They don't really look like real fireworks.
No.
It was awesome. This movie is shot incredibly well. Everything you've heard about it, yes, it's incredible, okay? The action is excellent. The choreography is excellent. The writing is excellent. The way that they have this web come together and now you fully understand all of the things that were going on in Dune 1 and how they translate to Dune 2. It really is, everybody says this, but it really is a 5-hour movie. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's just a shit ton of positives I could say about this movie.
One of the things that I really, the action in Dune 2 obviously is great. There's two things that really happen. Obviously, the big one at the end where he brings in the sandworms and just comes in and takes over.
Yep.
Which looks amazing, obviously. And then there's just like, they let you watch him with the Fremen take down one of those spice excavator machines.
It's one of the coolest scenes.
It's so cool, and I was watching it, and I was comparing it to some other action scenes, like in Transformers, and not to insult Transformers, or like some of the Marvel movies where it's like big and grand, and you have all these things happening, and things are exploding. But like in this one, it's one machine and two people running around trying to like blow it up, but like not get shot from this other thing, and it was just all contained in this one simple thing. But I enjoyed it just as much or more, and the tension was
just as much or more.
Yeah.
The simplicity of it is what makes it work.
because it was shot so well.
Yeah.
And it was so interesting. I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
I could say a million things positive about Dune 2. I'm not sure where it's going to land in my favorites of the year. I was actually looking at that. So Dune 2 is not my favorite movie of 2024.
Can I throw some at you and you can say better or worse?
Yes.
Okay. Fall Guy.
Better than Fall Guy.
Wild Robot.
I'd take Wild Robot.
Okay. Transformers 1.
I'm taking Transformers 1.
Figured. Wicked you're taking.
I'm taking Wicked.
And you're taking Alien Romulus.
I'm taking Alien Romulus.
So it's coming in at 5
I'm
spot?
taking Anora, and I'm
Okay.
taking Nosferatu.
Interesting.
So it would be my. I think Dune 2 is clearly better than Trap, which is my 7th spot. So
Goodness gracious, thank you.
So
Thank
Dune
heavens.
2 would be my 7th favorite movie of 2024.
It's a little low for such a. You said it's clearly over a 9.
Yeah, maybe I like it more than Wild Robot. I do not like it more than Nosferatu.
There are some things about Nosferatu that I think are better, but I think I just the epicness and the uniqueness of Dune Part 2 carries a little bit more for me.
Here we go. We're going to talk about my negatives, and they're serious. I just gassed up this movie and glazed this movie because it really is phenomenal. I love you guys. You guys are the best community in the world. But sometimes when I bring up criticisms, people take it too much to heart and make it seem like I'm saying this movie's bad. I'm not saying this movie's bad by saying this, okay? The start of this movie fucking sucks. Okay.
What was the start?
It meanders just like the ending of the last one. If this is one 5-hour movie, the middle fucking blows. There are just, you do not need to take this long to do things. It picks up exactly where the last movie ends. You did not need to do that. You could have done that. 2 scenes. There is a pointless scene with Dave Bautista that is pointless to illustrate that the Fremen are frustrated, that the Fremen are frustrating the Harkonnens. when taking back Dune. You don't need to do that in that scene. You know what you could just do? You could just do the Timothée Chalamet Zendaya scene that we were just describing. That action scene, just put that there and we fucking get it. You don't need to have, it's like the Snyder Cut of Zack Snyder's Justice League, which is an excellent movie. Again, excellent movie. Zack Snyder's Justice League is an 8, pushing 9 out of 10. It's just too long. But there are pointless scenes in there with Desaad and Steppenwolf where they are having the same conversation that they had 3 scenes ago, but you just wanted to have more Steppenwolf and more Desaad because you filmed that already and it was expensive to CGI render him and you had to get this movie to 4 hours to justify it even existing. Okay, it felt like that. It was like there were so many scenes where I was just like, why are we doing this? Okay, that's my first major problem with Dune Part 2 is the start. Okay,
That's fair.
Second big problem is the ending. I don't fucking understand the motivation of Timothée Chalamet's character at all. The whole movie. He is saying, I cannot go south because if I go south, I will start a holy war. I get how that's possible. I get it. That makes so much sense to me, right? Because he's going to go to the south. They're going to worship him like a god. He's going to go crazy because he's going to think he's a god. And then he's going to feel like a god and be power hungry and then start a holy war. That makes perfect sense to me. The whole movie, that makes perfect sense to me, okay? He goes to the south, and the first scene of him in the south is him giving the speech with 1 million people where he's just acting like a god immediately. So as soon as he goes to the south, there's not like a scene or 2 scenes or 3 scenes of people like worshiping him that like where you see him go crazier. It's just, I can't go to the south. I can't go to the south. I can't go to the south. And then finally they're like, we're going to the south. And he's like, I'm not going to the south. And they're like, you're going to die out here. And he's like, all right, I'll go to the south. And then the very next scene is giving the fucking speech. And he's acting like a god. And it's too quick. And then literally 30 minutes later or 20 minutes later, he takes over everything and then he becomes emperor and they're like, they don't accept you as emperor. And he's like, kill them. And then the holy war begins. The whole thing he's been scared of the whole movie. This is my issue, is the whole movie, everything is so patient and there's no patience at the end, which makes the breakneck of that. Maybe you feel that his motivation is justified and maybe it makes sense to you. But for me, it happens too quickly based on the pace that you set. When the pace that I said they should have set at the start, by cutting all those unnecessary scenes that I was explaining, comparing it to the Snyder Cut, if you cut all those, then maybe that makes more sense to me. But it doesn't make sense because you've set the precedent that this is a 3-hour movie and then you wrap this up in 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Doesn't work for me.
No, I think you might be cooking generally. I think I remember thinking that the swap to him becoming God, or whatever, was a little fast, and that the last 30, 40 minutes moved way quicker than the whole rest of the movie.
Correct.
So it seemed like 2 completely different movies in terms of pacing. So I'll give you all that. I haven't seen it enough to remember. I saw it once at an early screening, so it's been freaking forever. Yeah, I think I can't. Is it really the next scene? I thought there were a couple scenes of him in the South, but I remember just kind of thinking he was broken down gradually because he didn't want to go to the South, but then he kept like seeing things that kept changing his mind. And then when he chose to go to the South, he was kind of already of the mindset of like, I have to go do this. So him going to the South, he doesn't have to be convinced once he's in the South. I think him choosing to go to the South was part of him being convinced over the course of this other paced movie for 2 hours. I think that's what happened. Not saying they did it that well, or I can't remember, but that's what I remember.
And then my final complaint is Dune 2 has the Godfather 2 problem, which I think the Godfather 2 is an excellent movie. I give it an 8 out of 10. But there are people that say that it's better than the first one. I completely disagree. And there are people that say it's one of the best movies of all time, and I completely disagree. Because Godfather 2 is a 3-hour movie. It's another long one. I think it's like 3:20 or something like that. Godfather 2 is like one of the best movies I've ever seen in my life for 2 hours. Everything that happens in the first 2 hours, I'm like, this is incredible. There's an assassination attempt. He goes to Cuba. Everything in Cuba is incredible. Everything, okay? But then we get to a point, I think it's 2 hours in, where he finds out that somebody betrayed him. I'm not going to spoil it for those of you that haven't seen it, but somebody betrayed him, and he finds that out. And you know he's going to kill this person that betrayed him. And then it's another hour and 20 minutes of a movie where you know exactly what he's going to do because it's the exact same ending as the first movie. And you know that he's going to kill the people that betrayed him and kill the people that tried to assassinate him. And then it takes an hour and a half to kill those people and do those things and do all the things that... And you knew it was going to happen an hour and a half ago. That's my issue with Dune 2 is I know he's going to kill Baron Harkonnen. I know he's going to ask for the Empress's hand. I know he's going to marry Florence Pugh. I know that that's going to piss off Zendaya. I know he's going to fight Austin Butler. I know he's going to start the Holy War. I know he's going to...
You knew he was going to ask for the hand in marriage? I thought that was like a twist at the end. Zendaya...
No, I knew that because they keep saying it. They keep saying it, they keep saying it, they keep saying it. And he keeps saying, I will always love you as long as I breathe. Like, he keeps saying that. Like, I knew that was going to happen. So I felt like all of that, because that was the plan from Dune 1. Maybe you didn't remember that because you haven't seen Dune 1 in so long. I saw it this week. So that's something they mentioned in Dune 1. I was like, oh, Florence Pugh? Oh, they're 100% getting married. So, like, all of these things that happen, like, I felt like I knew all of it was going to happen, and then it takes too long for it to happen, and then when it finally happens, it feels too quick because it took too long to do it. Mm-hmm. It was like, oh, that's it? You didn't do something else? Like it's like the build up to the final episode of Avatar: The Last Airbender, where they're like, oh, it's the lion turtle and this and that, and they keep going, well, you got to kill him. 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 And that's why the end scene works, because he doesn't fucking kill him. It would be like that, and then he just kills him. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm.
You're cooking. Like, I'm not...
Now, it's still a 9 out of 10. It's still easily one of the best movies of the year, and it's excellent. But, like, so don't take what I'm saying as, like, I just... Final complaint. Little minor one. I don't love Austin Butler as much as everybody else does. I think he gives a great performance. I think he's a great actor. I do not buy him. Okay? This is what I mean by that. The entrance scene for him, which is the only scene where we see him fight, it is set, the standard is set that he often does these gladiator fights. They make it seem like he does them often. And 2 of the guys that he's fighting are drugged. They're like walking and they're drugged. And then one of the guys isn't drugged. And they make a huge deal about that. They're like, that guy isn't drugged. Well, we have to stop the fight immediately. And Stellan Skarsgård did it on purpose to like see his nephew's potential. And then you see later, he like, Austin Butler's like pissed about it. He was like, you tried to have me killed. And then he was like, it was my birthday present to you. That sets the tone that this guy is probably not a good fighter. So when he's fighting Paul, who is this amazing fighter who we see win every single fight, I do not buy that he can beat Paul. And when he stabs Paul, I'm pissed. Because I'm like, there's nothing in this movie that makes me think that this guy's a good fighter.
He beat the guy.
This random prisoner?
The random prisoner that was like, wasn't that freaking...
He's not in the first movie.
No, was it not the guy that... What are you talking about?
If he is in the first movie, he looks nothing like the guy in the first movie.
What's Austin Butler's character's name?
Fade Rotha.
I thought that was very clearly a character that was taken prisoner in the first movie.
Oh, maybe. I don't remember him at all.
But yeah, he kills 3 people in that fight. And like
2 of them were drugged!
Sure, but he still kills them, and he does these all the time. And the guards try to come and help him. He's like, freaking no.
But 2 of them were drugged, and when one of them isn't drugged, they make a huge deal about it. So all he does is fight drugged people. That doesn't impress me at all. How are you going to fight Paul Atreides? Like that, this bullshit. Paul Atreides.
They showed you him killing 3 people. Yes, 2 of them were drugged, but he still killed 3 people. That doesn't mean he's a bad fighter.
But he's not as good as Paul, who wins every fight.
Right, that's why he loses.
But barely.
And what every fight does Paul win?
Paul, and the whole time they're like, you're going to lose to Jamis, you're going to lose to Jamis. He kicks Jamis's ass.
Is that the sand people fight that he does in front of Zendaya?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 1.
Yes, and then in Dune 2, he has a bunch of fights where you see him against fighters. You see that he knows Josh Brolin's pattern of walking in the sand. And then there's a scene where Timothée Chalamet fights somebody early, and Zendaya is like, damn, like, you're an incredible fighter. Like, where'd you learn to fight like that? And he was like, my two mentors, they taught me everything. They were good friends. And that's Josh Brolin and Jason Momoa. And Jason Momoa takes on like 30 guys in the first one. So that line sets the tone that he is almost as good as Jason Momoa. And I don't think there's anything that makes me think that Fade Rotha is the threat that Paul Atreides is.
Yeah, I just disagree. It was an Atreides captain. That was...
Congratulations. It's not Jason Momoa. If Jason Momoa was alive and he beat Jason Momoa, I'd be like, oh shit, we're in trouble. But I never felt that tension. I never once was like, oh, this guy's... He's killing like his attendants like randomly. I get he's nuts.
Yeah, he's nuts.
But that's not, like, I don't think he's a good fighter. To me, that seems like he wants to kill people and they just let him kill whoever he wants. They've got a line that he killed his mother. Like, so he's just a nutso guy that just likes killing people. I never got the sense that he would even have a chance at a fight with Paul Atreides. When he's winning that fight, I was like, what? No.
Yeah, didn't have that thought literally ever.
I'm happy for you. That's a little one, though.
Uh-huh.
That's a little issue I had. And I do like the line when he's dying that he goes, you fought well, Atreides, which is the thing he says to the guy that he kills. I liked that a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot of great in
May thy knife chip and shatter.
May thy knife chip and shatter, which was hilarious.
Did you like the part where she's like, you are not dead? And he's like, silence!
Yes.
and she's like,
blasphemy. That was great. That was great. There's so many, I mean, his speech when he's God, when he's like, this is your deal, this is your deal.
I am Paul Atreides.
When he gets up there and they're like, you're going to kill Stilgar and then you'll be able to speak. And he's like, kill our best fucking guy? I don't think so. I'm God. I do, even though I was complaining about it, that it is too fast, it's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
It's so cool.
He walks in and they're all like, oh, shoot.
It's so cool because he looks, and the hair, it is the hair really sells it more than people will give you.
I don't know why, but I find the little sand thumpers like super oddly satisfying.
I love them. The sound that they make. Oh, and how cool is it that they're like, oh my gosh, you've got a big ass worm.
Yeah.
And then he gets the big ass worm.
Yeah, of course.
As it was written. Oh, that's all great.
So last question. Do you like what?
There are a couple more things I want to talk about.
Go.
Okay. One thing real quick. A lot of people want to know this, okay? Dune, Star Wars. I get it. Dune was first. I see all of the things that Star Wars took from Dune in the same way that it took from Flash Gordon, in the same way that it took from many other things. Star Wars is an amalgamation of all of the things that George Lucas loves, clearly, okay? There's no universe where I'm going to like Dune more.
Yeah.
And it's really well written, but goodness gracious, is it missing the whimsy of Star Wars?
Yes.
It's missing the whimsical.
Yeah.
Like, it takes itself way too seriously. And I know...
That's part of the charm.
Sure. I know that Stilgar is supposed to make you laugh, but not as much as I was laughing at him. And I know that...
And it feels weird, like you're not supposed to laugh in this movie because it's not whimsical.
I know I'm not supposed to laugh at Duncan Idaho's name, but I laughed every time they said it. Why? Because I need to laugh. Because you're putting so much... Oh, it's like that Family Guy clip talking about The Godfather. It insists upon itself. Dune insists upon itself so much that, like, I find myself laughing at times that I'm not supposed to be laughing because, like, I just have to get it out. Of course Star Wars is more popular because...
I said this.
Oh,
in
really?
my Dune 2 most overrated. Do you think I was kind of cooking with that?
You're 100% cooking. This is not the greatest movie of all time.
Where I was talking like, if you don't agree that it's not the best sci-fi movie in the last 40 years, you're crazy. Again, we both love Dune on this podcast.
Yes.
But I was saying, of course, New Hope and Empire and Star Wars is going to be more popular than this particular franchise just because it's going to appeal to more people.
It's so much more digestible, man.
Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, like... And I get everything that's going on. I could describe to you every single little political move that happens in this fucking movie with, it's not an Interstellar situation. Where Interstellar, my problem was I didn't get it. Not a problem at all. And dude, I got everything in this fucking movie. I was answering every question for Rachel was so lost during all of this.
I need to watch it with you.
And I was like, okay, this is what's going on. This is what's going on. Like, I got it. I know I got it. It's just like, God, it's like,
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. And I think
missing the whimsy of Star Wars.
I don't think every sci-fi movie needs whimsy. I don't think every movie needs whimsy.
2001 doesn't need whimsy.
Yeah, it is very grand and something like that, you know. Lord of the Rings doesn't have a lot of... Well, Lord of the Rings still has more whimsy.
Lord of the Rings is way more whimsy.
Yeah,
Lord of the Rings is like hilarious, right?
But I do think that part of the appeal of Dune is how serious it is, and that makes Lisa Al-Gaib kind of work, and Paul Atreides' character kind of work, and that political system. It's a lot. I mean, obviously Star Wars is political, but this is like even more political in some ways, and so I think that's part of the positive of it. But I also agree with you that, you know, Empire Strikes Back is going to be more digestible and more fun and more our favorites for a lot of people than something like Dune.
And final thing I want to talk about. I know many people like Dune more than Star Wars, and that's okay, and they're going to bully us for what we just said, okay? Dune will never, ever beat Star Wars in ship design. The Dune ship designs suck! They all suck! The Dragonfly, the Ornithopter, is awesome. Those are awesome. Every other ship in Dune sucks. Most of them are ovals. Mm-hmm. Like, they're just big circles in space. They suck. They fucking suck. So many, pretty every ship except the Dragonfly, which is an awesome ship. Every ship in Dune sucks. And like literally almost every Star Wars ship is awesome. We were just talking about Skeleton Crew, which is a B- Star Wars property. We were like, it's okay. Amazing ship. The Onyx Cinder, after it loses its hull and is silver and has the wings in the back and everything like that, that ship is way better than anything in Dune. And that's a B- property for Star Wars. Dune fans, Dune fanatics that say that Dune is better than Star Wars in every way, not ship design. Never ship design.
That's fair. That's fair. Do you like Dune 2 better than Dune 1?
I did immediately. Like, as soon as I finished it, I was like, absolutely. And then I thought about it, and then I was thinking about how much better Dune 2 makes Dune 1. And I think when I rewatch them both, which may be soon, because I did enjoy them so much, I probably think I like Dune 1 more.
That's such weird logic.
Why?
To use another movie to make you like the first movie better because you like the second movie so much, but you still are going to say you like the first one more. You only like the first one because of how good the second one was, but because of how good the second one was, you like the first one even more than the second one now. I just think that's weird.
Okay, I now understand what you're saying. I don't know. Maybe I'm nuts, but has there ever been like a later episode in a TV series that makes you like an older episode in a TV series like way more, even though at the moment you were liking that later episode? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like, I feel
get
like
it.
There are later episodes of Avatar that make me like the storm more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I get that to a certain extent, but I don't.
It's not even here. It's like this, okay? When I first watched Dune 2, I immediately thought I clearly like this better than the first one, okay? But my initial thought was, wow, this makes Dune 1 way better for me, right? That was my initial thought, but I still like Dune 2 more. And then since then, which it's been a couple of days since I've seen Dune 2, since then, the more it sit with me, the more the problems I have with Dune 2 come up, especially with the ending. And my problem with Dune 1, my only problem with Dune 1 is that it's boring for an hour. When, like, Dune 1 has so much stuff I love. I love everything with the father-son situation. I love everything with Duncan Idaho, my goat. Like, there's stuff in Dune 1 that I just adore. There's stuff in Dune 2 that I adore. But there's more problems I have with Dune 2.
Interesting. Yeah, I definitely like Dune 2. But I've only seen them both once, so...